Coming to you from the ScottieDTV You Can't Cancel Cool 2020 Road Tour. And today I'm out of Rutterz Rodz, and Mike's got a 66 Dodge Charger I think y'all are going to like. Let me get the camera turned around. We'll take a quick look at it. Mike, what a cool Mopar. Tell me a little bit about it.
This is a 66 Charger that we built for Doyle Thomas out of East Texas, a regular for us. And basically he didn't have a 66 Charger, always liked the roof line. It's a little bit of an oddball. It's a 2-year only vehicle, 66 and 7. I just wanted to add one to his collection, so we tried to build him one bad hot rod here.
He's not like really trapped into one manufacturer. He's got Chevy, Ford, Mopar, everything in his collection, doesn't he?
He's a true car guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, he's into hot rods. He's into early model cars, late model cars. I mean, he is a car guy. Great guy.
Cool is cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Tell me, I'm noticing it's got all the trim, the door handles, the mirror. Did you do any kind of body modifications or any changes to it on the outside?
This was an original paint car that we found. Originally black, black interior. That was the plan to paint it that way right up until the end. And we were offered an opportunity with Axalta paint one of our projects, their 2019 color of the year. It was called Sahara Bronze. And so anyways, when we got to look at the color, we did a spray out of it, obviously, and it just reminded me of the 60s. I mean, we had this car in the works and it was ready to be painted or real close, and we did a couple of drawings and I presented the idea to Doyle about doing that. And you know, it's kind of a throwback to the 60s hearse stuff is what it really reminded us of a lot. So as far as body mods to the car, we basically just straightened everything up. We cleaned it up. We sharpened a few lines on it. We tightened the gaps up on it some, but we kept all the original trim. That's what he wanted. He wanted things just straightened up and cleaned up. And I mean, he likes the 66 Charger, so we didn't want to make it not look like a 66 Charger by taking some of the things away. So,
with it only being a 2-year model, was it a complete car where you didn't need anything, or was it hard to find some stuff for it?
They're really fairly hard to find parts, but this car was mostly complete. We needed a few things that we wanted better than what we had, and we got lucky and did find some of those. But for the most part, it was all there.
What about rust and stuff like that? Have anything like that to deal with?
Very, very little on this car, very little. One of the best ones that we've taken apart and put back together in a long time.
And I was going to ask, is it gold or is it brown? And it's bronze.
It's all of those, yeah.
Right. A lot of metallic, and depending on what angle you catch it on, it goes from gold to brown.
Yeah, and it does really good highlighting the convex and concave curves on the car, because you look down the quarter panels on this one, it's got a lot going on that's just, it's emphasized by certain colors, and this color seemed to do that for it.
Yeah, no, they put a lot of design into the sheet metal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the Chryslers back in the day, every Chrysler that we've had the opportunity to work on is just a lot of the stuff as far as technology then is as good, if not better, as technology today. I mean, it's really kind of mind-boggling how intricate these Chrysler cars are. From earlier years.
It is amazing what they could do with what little they had
back
then compared to what we have now, and we can't get anywhere near the kind of cool designs coming out of the factory that they
That's
had,
right,
you know?
yeah.
What about them spiffy wheels? They look like a Mopar wheel, but I'm guessing that's a one-off custom or something.
It absolutely is, and that's a wheel that we designed it from the get-go. Eric Brockmeyer designed it for us, but we wanted basically a replica of the hubcap, if you will, that came on the car originally, but we wanted to modernize it and obviously make it a little bit larger and do some custom offsets with it. So once we had the idea and Eric gave us the drawing, then we went to Chris Sage, who just recently kind of went out on his own. I think is calling himself Sage Speed and Custom, I think is the name of his new shop, but he brought these to life for us.
Where are they out of?
He's out of Corona, California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they look good. And what size are they?
We did 18 by 8.5s on the front and 19 by 10.5s on the rear.
And those Redline tires, they don't come Redline. You got to send them out to get that done.
That's right. Yeah, we've done quite a few of our projects of late with Redline or White Line or even Blue Lines. We have those done by Diamondback Radials. You know, it pretty much looks like a stock car. That's kind of been our trend here lately. The wheels obviously are a little bit exaggerated. You can tell that that's not the norm, but everything else is pretty much just kind of stock looking. And then we'll have a feature here or there that may make you want to ask a question. For instance, just like the HellCat emblems on the front fenders there. So that'll lead you into the engine bay and give you an idea of what's waiting on you there.
What is under the engine bay?
It's a 2017 HellCat supercharged.
Is that a crate motor out of a wrecked car?
This one was actually a crate engine that we bought new.
How hard was it to put that modern motor into this older car?
It took a little bit of a shoehorn, but right. You know, we were able to get it in there and actually fit better than we expected. I mean, anytime you go with something with a supercharger, especially as big as what's on these engines, you always wonder what you're going to do about the hood, you know, and we we wanted to make for sure that we had clearance, obviously, at the oil pan, but also get the hood closed, and we got lucky and everything was able to fit.
How much room do you have? Because that's a flat hood going across there, and it's actually lower than the peaks on the fender. So.
Yeah. Well, luckily there's an inner structure in there too, and it gives us a little bit more room, but there's no room left. I think you might could get away with laying a towel on top of there and still close the hood, but that's about it.
And tell me about the interior.
It's all custom. It's custom leather. Again, it's something that we kept the styling for the most part for the 66 Charger. These cars were really, in my mind, futuristic back then. I mean, it's got front and rear bucket seats. The back bucket seats, they fold down. But we kept it with a custom leather. Paul Atkins interior shop out of Alabama did the upholstery work on it, did a tremendous job. We added a little gold stitching to it to kind of tie in the outside of the car to the inside and modernize it some. So the interior is really plush on these
now,
cars.
I know it's a dumb question. Would have it had buckets in the back from the factory?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's original. We kept all that, just redone it. And like I say, modernized the seat and the stitching and the way it sits.
What about the dash and all?
It's stock as well. Yeah, we added a leather pad. The gauges are stock. The gauges in the 66 and 7 Chargers are super cool. They have an electroluminescent lighting to them, so they kind of glow like a halo.
Oh,
so,
wow.
like I say, I mean these things were ahead of their time, and our trend here lately has been well for quite some time is we take the factory radios and have them converted by R&B vintage radio, and this thing's got Bluetooth. I mean, it's got an awesome sound system in it all the way around, but it's all hidden and it all operates off the factory stereo.
And it all looks like it came from
just
back then. Just
original.
Man.
The cars look restored for the most part, but you know, there's a lot of hidden features to it.
What about now with all that horsepower and modernization? What about up underneath? How's that?
Underneath we did Riley Motorsports complete front and rear suspension. It's all tubular, big heavy sway bars, coilovers. It's got a good handling suspension underneath it.
Would have this car been a unibody or a full frame car?
It is considered a unibody.
Is it still a unibody?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Most people would have put a chassis under it.
Yeah, and we thought about that, but again, it was for this particular project. It kind of evolved as we went through, and you know, I guess maybe if we had went another way, we would have put a chassis under it, but we wouldn't have gained much more than what we have here now.
Well, Mike, I appreciate you having me out here today, and it's a very cool car. I'm glad I got to shoot it.
Man, Scotty, we're glad to have you here with everything that's been going on right now, man. It was really good to see you, so been looking forward to you shooting this car for a long time.
First stop on the ScottieDTV You Can't Cancel Cool Road Tour 2020. How cool is that?
How about that honor?
Thank you, brother. So there you go, a 1966 Dodge Charger from Rutterz Rodz in Bristol, Tennessee. You know you can't cancel cool. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya! Y'all make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.